You know what ad keeps playing though, and I really don't want to hate it, is the ad on, it plays on Adult Swim. It's for the Last of Us Part 2.
Yep.
And it's such a great ad in it. They are playing an acoustic cover of True Faith by New Order, one of my favorite bands, one of my favorite songs by them. And it's just, everything about that ad is awesome. It just plays during every commercial break. And I don't want to hate it.
It sucks. That's the way it works.
Yeah. And it's going to continue playing for the next while because that game comes out technically this week. And they will keep harping on it, especially since, thank God, the game is getting great reviews.
Okay. So I will try to keep this as brief as possible because I do not know where spoiler territory ends and publicly knowledge territory begins. But I did a few weeks ago read an entire allegedly leaked script for The Last of Us 2 that I know was causing quite a bit of controversy. Mostly because of the presence of LGBT characters that, once again, the Gamergate community that is apparently still a thing was deeply furious about. So I'm glad to hear that despite all that, it is getting good reviews, and I hope it is a very good game just to piss them off even more.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen one review that was not a perfect or near perfect score. And even then, it was like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And of course, the guy that wrote that was getting eviscerated for not giving it a perfect score and throwing off the balance. But who cares?
Yeah.
And one of the trailers for The Last of Us Part 2 lauded for having what is considered to be the most realistic looking digitally constructed kiss. And it's between Ellie and her girlfriend, Dina.
Okay, that was one of those things I was like, I don't want to come out and say it because I don't know how widely known this is, but apparently Ellie being gay has pissed off a lot of people.
See, that is...
Fuck those people.
That's so bizarre, though, because this was established in the DLC Left Behind for the first game.
I never even played that.
Yeah, it's you should. You absolutely should. It's really good. But she has a girlfriend in that. That's when she comes to terms, discovers that she is not straight, and it all picks up from there. So it should be a shock to absolutely nobody, in all honesty, that Ellie's gay.
Mm-hmm.
So
nobody ever accused these people of being overly smart.
No, and I'm going to probably get off the internet for the next week leading up to this game's release. But I've heard that despite the spoilers, I guess not much was spoiled based on that leak.
That's good.
So there's...
Yeah, I was going to say, I read a full leaked script, but knowing the nature of the internet, it's entirely possible that immediately after I read it, it was disproven as just some hoax that some rando wrote.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea if the one I read is anywhere resembling what the game will actually be.
Yeah, a lot of the reviews I read stated...
This is The Last of Us 2?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? You guys ruined it. There's a first one?
No, they're pulling a Co-Eating Cambria. They're starting with the second one, and then the first one will come out a decade from now.
Gotcha.
A lot of the reviews I read said the stuff that was in that leak happens, but then there's so much more that was not leaked. So
I see. Okay.
So I will try my damnedest to, especially in this day and age, avoid that, because what the fuck else am I living for at this point?
Well, didn't Kingdom Hearts 3 do something where the script originally leaked and everyone was pissed that it seems to just end suddenly, and then they released a DLC on day one that had the actual ending, and they did that so that it could not be leaked ahead of time?
Yep.
Which was probably every story-based game should just do that from now on.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Yeah. Boy, was that game just a disappointment, by the way.
I never played it.
Yeah, I just found it boring and repetitive. Visually it was beautiful, but I very early into the game realized this is going to be a grind that I just do not have the patience for. So I think I finished Oh, what was the last world I did? I think it was the Toy Story world, which was really cool. The Toy Story world was absolutely phenomenal, but after that, I can't do this anymore. I think the next level too was something. I think it was like the Tarzan level from the first game, and I'm like, I don't want to do this again. I've done this twice now in 2 other games at least.
Just wait until you get to the Lion King for Sega Genesis level. Hoo boy.
Oh, yep. I know what you're talking about.
So in this episode, I'm glad you mentioned that, because in this episode, we are going to have a discussion. I would like to have a discussion just about mental health in general. I will preface this by saying I think every issue that I have with mental health, with anger, with rage, can all be traced back to that goddamn stampede level in The Lion King.
Yeah, because it was so fucking hard.
There's no reason that anything like that should be so difficult.
Yeah.
No reason at all.